Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. Already a month into the new year. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, and on to the charts. Crude oil is in its first trade of the morning. It was a get in sync right here around 9 o'clock, so a couple of chances to get in. Actually, 3 or 4 here. Just been meandering about, approaching money management. So I'm just trying to get there. Unleaded, unfortunately, has had a difficult time this morning. Unleaded is in its 6th trade already. And it has a partial win. Target 1 traders actually got one and done on unleaded. Target 2 traders have been caught up in the noise, unfortunately. Not getting to where it needs to go. So YM is in a trade that's gone too far, so we'll look for a new setup there. Soybeans is within 1 tick of a no trade here. This is a trade that initially that initially signals a stop and reverse. So it's a get in sync trade, however you play it. But I would say leave that one alone since it's gotten within 1 tick of. And the market's just opened. And that's actually a get in sync. Soybeans would be back in sync. There is a possible stop and reverse. It'll be at 1204 and a half. And unleaded 6 trade stops out. So tough day there. Four losing trades, 1 solid partial and 1 break even, essentially. Pound Aussie also picked up a get in sync trade. That one hit target 3 for 3 positions and target 4, and is trailing at 337. Short trade on the micro Russell. The long trade looks to have been avoidable, and I didn't pick it up. That may have been too fast. 53. Yeah, that one was likely too fast. It was 8 seconds to money management. And now a long trade. Back and forth action on the Russell already. Going long, short, long. Stop and reverse on crude. would be at 22. And that's going to move our money management down to 12. Target 1 is still good at 11. And a full stop out on the micro Russell, and now in a short trade. Micro Russell working at session lows, and now we have a long trade back the other way. That's going to be a stop and reverse. I would give that, make that 39.1. So 40.5 will be the money management. And we did get there. Target 3 achieved. That is a winning trade. And crude taking heat on this trade now. Got a very small, fairly small loss on the stop and reverse, but unfortunately that's a full stop, plus 2 ticks. $25 tick risk with the stop and reverse adjustment. So that is 50 tick loss on top of 31 to 22 is an 18. So we're down 68 after 2 trades. Technically that would be 2 losers, but the stop and reverse was fairly small. Please do say hello in the chat. And the YM with a long trade. Watching other things. That's lasted through all 4 targets. Actually, okay, yeah. You had a 10-second bar, but it looks like it, we'll have to take a look at that one to see whether it was tradable or not. The bar took 10 seconds to close, but looks like it bounced almost immediately to the money, or to the entry. So let's duplicate that one. Russell stopped out a bit beyond target 4, so that's a very nice win. And we'll put a vertical line in there. And then we'll make it a 4-second chart. I like to use 4 seconds because it gives me a couple of bars to visualize the 8-second time frame that we use to as a get in sync. Alright, there's the 4-second chart. There's our trade. Yeah, I'm afraid that one's not tradable. As 4 seconds got you to right there. If you were really quick, you might have gotten in. But probably for most, that one was not tradable. So I will follow another one. That would obviously be a one and done if you did get into it. Still trailing. Soybeans is actually still, looks like we've come within 1 or 2 ticks of money management twice in this trade, but we're still in the short trade. Unleaded with another short trade, but that is outside of the trade plan. That is the 7th trade this morning. Short on crude. This is trade number 3 on crude. Looking for money management, just money management in target 1 just above the 200 EMA. 73.08 for money management, 73.06 for, let's see, let me check that. Yeah, 73.08 for money management and 06 for target 1. Not going to get positive on this session. I wouldn't expect. Let's see, it could get pretty close, I suspect. 18 and 29, so 57. So we'll get within 11. Can get within 11 ticks if we pick up both targets. But so far, it hasn't triggered. It now seems to be headed back upward again. Stop and reverse potentially on the soybeans at 01 1/4. That's going to push money management up. But so far we're still in the short. And that looks like that's an awfully small trade for another adjustment. But it would be nice to get above that little swing high that we're sitting right at. So 0150 probably is the best entry point. Push it up one more tick. So that means we go 3 ticks higher on the target 1, or actually on the begin trail, which is 0250. That'll take trail to 03. I'm sorry, 3 ticks. 03 and a quarter, which is target 2. So 2 positions come at target 2, 1 at target 3, but we're still in the short at the moment. And the crude short did not trigger. We have a long now at 73.51 that did trigger in. So we'll see where this goes. Pound Aussie Pound Aussie stopping out at 337. So that ends that session. That's a one and done session. And I need to find the micro NQ and see what it's doing. That's it down there. Okay, micro NQ picks up a target 2 win. Notice the wick on this bar. Well, I don't know. We'll have to break that one down because it's only 7 seconds after our start time. So that wick may or may not be tradable. But nonetheless, we have a long on the micro NQ now. 732 flat, and we got as high as 732 flat. If you didn't get in, I'd go to 733. Or 732.50, I would say, being as big as these trades are. The short trade is a possible but not probable with the 4 minutes after the market open start time. 8:34 Central Time is the exchange time for that chart, that trade plan start. And micro NQ goes to the stop, so it definitely touched the entry first. So if you got in, it's a full loss. If you didn't, it's avoided. Another long trade on the micro Russell. That one has gotten to money management. Stop at 55.4. YM still trailing. 593 now. Looks like well over 100-point trailer. Entry was at 474. So 119 points on the trailer already. And the Micro Russell stopped out for a basically break even entry +1. And more bars at 1 tick away from target 1 on the short on soybeans. $11.98 is current position, and money management is $11.98 flat. Be sure of that here. Let me take a look at the data box. Oh, got to go back here. Yeah, $11.98 flat. And there it is. So target 1, it's going to be a one and done session. The stop and reverse is canceled. It didn't trigger in, and the trend indicator went back negative. But that'll be a one and done. We got our entry at 1200 flat. We get 8 ticks at target 1. That entry had already pushed down a couple of ticks, so I wouldn't push it another tick. Crude now in its third trade of the session at 73.51. And the YM stopping out at 599 from 474, so 121 ticks on the trailer. What did we get on target for that one? That was probably too fast, but just to be interested. 25, so 146 ticks. But we're now in a short. Shame to have missed out on that one, but it moved too fast. In all likelihood, I wasn't trading it. And the micro NQ picking off a quick break-even trade. Break even on the short. Soybeans kind of going sideways this morning, but it's gotten to target 1 on our short. Well, I am in the short now. Russell with another long trade. And money management on the Russell. Also a long trade on the micro NQ. Just triggering in. Soybeans starting to push down now. Target 2 at 96.5. Target 3 at 95. We got within one tick. No, there's. No, we got one tick beyond it. 96.5. We got down to 96.25. So target 2 in hand. And there is the trailer, sitting at 99.75. Major key level adjustment. With the major key level adjustment, yeah, that's right. It's down. That's where our stop would be. With the adjusted entry. So that would be a major key level adjustment if we had not already taken profit. But I would leave it at 99.75 at the moment. Especially since we've taken 2 positions profit. We got 8 and 14, so we're up 22, and that is going to be a one and done. Russell with targets 3 and 4. Trailing now up above target 1, 57.4. And good morning, Albert. Quiet group this morning. And a full stop out on the micro NQ long. Micro Russell long stops out on its trailer at 57.4. YM is approaching its money management. That is actually our first trade of the day on the YM. Entry at 593. Money management at 562. 35 tick target, but not quite getting there. Micro Russell with a short trade. That one's not looking too good, but too early to tell for sure. And pushing to the full stop out. So we have 1 loss, 1 win, 1 break even going back. Questionable if that one pulled back enough to get in. And I'm afraid we definitely got into that one. Now that in, yeah, this one, yeah, that one was too fast. Then we took a couple of losses. Strong win. So 2 losses, 1 win. Break even, win. 3 losses, 2 wins, and a break even on the morning. And that finishes the plan. Soybean stop has moved down to $11.99. Yeah, $11.99 flat. So 4 ticks on the trailer so far. That would be target 4 and trailer still in play. Micro NQ with a short. Definitely in that trade. YM getting to money management and target 1. 35 tick target. And that will be a one and done on the YM. Pushing down to target 2. Trailer at 573. Micro NQ picking up money management. Stop at 659 3/4. And we have a, now let's see, that is a stop and reverse at 32. If we would go to 29, would be our exit point. Saves us 5 ticks. But so far still in the trade. That is the third trade, but that's a stop and reverse exit if it hits 73.29. So far it hasn't. 566 for the YM stop. Crude still in the trade. We actually are in the 10 a.m. session, so this would be a valid trade. So it becomes a valid stop and reverse because that would be the 10 a.m. crude mini session. So instead of just being an exit point, it is a true stop and reverse. The first trade of the 10 a.m. mini session. And looks like Micro NQ picks up target 2. So that is another win there. One win, one break even, one loss. Actually, that was avoidable. No, it wasn't. It was slow enough we could have gotten in that. So that was a lot. One win, one break even, one loss. That makes us 2 wins on 4 trades so far. We can take 2 more trades. First, we got to wait for this one to finish and see where we go. And the YM looks like it's $561 for the stop, and it looks like we got to as high as 560. No, we got to 561. So we did stop out. So YM is one and done. The Micro Russell is done. We did stop and reverse to short on the crude trade. Tough session for the 9 a.m. session. That should be an avoidable long on. No, that's right. We're done on Micro Russell anyway. Still short on the Micro NQ. Still short on soybeans. Stop still at 11.99 flat. So the Micro Russell is done. Pound Aussie is done. 9 a.m. crude session is finished on 3 trades. Micro NQ at 4 trades. Unleaded at 6 trades, and that session is done. Now that's a very good candidate for an adjustment. You got on the Micro NQ. I didn't notice it when I first looked at it, but you're right at the session low. Session low at 659.5, and the entry at 660. So just 2 ticks. That one's worth a 1 point adjustment. So I would take that down to 659 flat, but we still have gotten target 2 out of it. And soybean stops out at 11.99 flat to complete that session. 22 ticks on targets 1 and 2, and another 8 ticks on 2 positions coming off at the trailer. 30 tick day at $50 a tick. I'm sorry, 30 tick day. That's 7.5 points at $50 a point. So that's going to be about $150. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. About $375. And the crude trade was a full stop out. All right, target 3 on the micro NQ, it looks like. Stop at 630 flat. Micro NQ and crude oil are the only charts still running. Everything else is either done on numbers of trades or POQ. Power of quitting. Micro NQ taking a run at the stop, but didn't get there. Looks like it was rejected at the, I believe, don't remember if that's the 14 or not. Yep, that's the 14 EMA. I didn't remember if that was a normal EMA or if that was that EMA was custom, which is what we trail. Short trade on crude. 73.49. With the 20 SMA there, I would move that down to 47, but we triggered in anyway. Crude still noisy, but on a slow upward drift at the moment. And the micro NQ stopped out at 630 flat. Second win in 4 trades. We can take 2 more trades. We've got 1 loss and 2 wins, so either way we'll get to 6 trades. Trade plan is 4 wins or 3 losses with a 6 trade maximum. So whatever happens, we're going to 6 trades. Because we can take 2 more losses or 2 more wins. And long trade on the micro NQ. Money management sitting right below the 50 EMA, so that will be a critical point to get us to break even before we hit the EMA. All right, money management on the micro NQ. Did reach target 1. Potential stop and reverse to long. at 73.68. Slow moving markets this morning for the most part. Micro NQ and crude are two active charts at the moment. Crude is short. And looks like our long is probably going to cancel. We close below the balance line on this bar. Still 3 ticks off of the break-even stop, the micro NQ. So that trade is still in process. Coming up on an hour in here this morning. Oh, looks like we did stop out on the micro NQ. Yep, 38.75. We got 2 ticks beyond it. So that is a break even. 2 wins, 2 break evens, 1 loss. So 1 more trade. Crude testing the 50 EMA again. Okay, so flat on micro NQ, one more trade to take. Still short on crude, and the stop and reverse long did cancel. So if we stop out on this one, it would be a session ender with 2 losses. And we'll have stopped out twice, setting new session highs. Final trade on the micro NQ is short. And there's money management, so already at break even. And looks like a winner, target 2. 626 3/4 for the stop. Crude stuck at the 50 EMA. See if it's going to get me out of here before 10:30. This is the last trade on the micro NQ. Trade number 6. This is a winners. We had 3 winners, 2 break evens, and a loss. Micro NQ challenging the stop. $6.26 3/4. Crude still right there at the 50 EMA. And right at our 73.47 original entry as well, which is now where the 50 EMA is. We did go 2 ticks beyond the stop there. So that does end the session. On the micro NQ. Three wins, 2 break-evens, and a loss. So a positive session, definitely. So the only thing left is a 10 a.m. crude mini session in its second trade short, and we're right back at the 50 EMA. And at the 73.50 mark. See if this is a failure to get lower. May set up a solid move up. We will see. Soybeans in a very tight range today. 1204 flat for the high, 1193.75. So basically just 10.25 points. All right, looks like crude is just going to go sideways for us. So I think I'm going to call it a morning, unless there are questions. And crude picking up target 1. As soon as I say I'm going to sign off, it decides it's going to move. And target 2. All right, our first loss was $26 plus 2, actually plus 3, so 29, 58 ticks, and we pick up 14 and 23 for 37. So we have one more trade to take. Down 21 ticks. That we definitely can make up in one last trade. But since that is our last chart active, I am going to go ahead and call it a morning. So we will see everybody tomorrow morning at 9:30. Regular 9:30 session, crude oil inventory at 10:30 tomorrow. Everyone have a good afternoon, and we see you bright and early tomorrow.